present. Click present.
Do you guys need a flash drive?
I'm sorry?
We have a flash drive with our PowerPoint if you needed it.
I'll get it.
Okay.
Just a second.
Okay.
Okay, hi guys. We're the In-Home Heroes, and we're presenting it by Next Stage Mississippi. So I'm Hannah Sanders. I'm Monica Glasscock.
I'm Bram Levy.
I'm Sally Sylvester.
I'm Savannah Osick.
And I'm Elijah Shook.
Okay, so our main concept of our in-home heroes. So as everybody here knows, the aging process can be very difficult, very confusing for a lot of our clients. And the in-home heroes concept is just kind of a way to ease the tensions of the aging process. So right now, Next Stage has 4 main services that we want to focus on. It's the helpline, it's the Meals on Wheels, and it's the handyman and housekeeping services. So through our In-Home Heroes program, we want to make those 4 services the biggest part of what Next Stage does. And the In-Home Heroes concept is basically that all of our service providers, all of our handymen, all of our Meals on Wheels providers are going to be 100% dedicated to providing the best senior service possible. I think through being in the industry, you guys all know kind of the ugly side of somebody who's going and punching a clock and trying to do a really difficult job for senior clients. So our In-Home Heroes are going to be the best of the best at providing senior care, and they're going to be friendly, they're going to be affable, and they're not just going to be 9 to 5, punching the clock. They're going to be full on there for Next Stage's clients. So that is.
Okay, so when we were trying to plan this campaign and this business plan, we used SWOT analysis, which is your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And we kind of decided to use this SWOT because it basically allows you to find gaps where you could be thinking you're doing something really great, and then it doesn't give you the results that you were looking for. So we kind of went through and found what we thought, and we focused mostly on opportunities. We thought that there was a lot of room for opportunity here, hence why we want to rebrand Next Stage, because we don't actually want to change what they're doing, we just want to change how people view it. So one of the really cool things about Next Stage is that they're targeted and their core values are in the Methodist Church. And so one of their taglines was that their core is value as a Christian. How did they say it?
Christian love.
Yeah.
Christian love.
Yeah, so Christian love. So that's the dependability. So we kind of sought that out as our biggest opportunity for tone. We wanted to be dependable and trustworthy, and we decided that we were going to run with that and pretty much as our opportunity, just rebrand, establishing a better awareness of social media, and raise our media engagement. And we thought that because the value was emphasized on Christian values, that was just a really strong point for our company to let our consumers and members know that they can trust us and that we have good core values. So.
Okay, talking competitors, right now our main 4 competitors are Home and Stead Senior Services, Comfort Keepers, Visiting Angels, and Comfort Care. And Home and Stead Senior Services and Comfort Keepers are actually worldwide, and the Home and Stead Senior Services is a franchise in nearly over 15 countries right now, and like the Visiting Angels is only nationwide right now. And I think that Comfort Care is actually currently in Mississippi right now, but I think it makes a big void for In-Home Hero to come in and be more local, understanding, knowing what people want, knowing them personally, giving them that personal feel that they can't get from a nationwide company or worldwide company.
And this links to SWOT because these were our threats. So our major competitors, we found that while there's very few, they are our threat because we don't. We have a small area, but with competitors, those are mostly what people kind of heard the name about, and they had better social media awareness than we did. So those competitors are really taking our consumer base that we're trying to find. So
that was a big threat to us for sure.
And they have a whole lot more resources to work with as
Mhm.
well, is probably the main thing. So our target audience is basically twofold to begin with. We have seniors, they're going to be around 60 to 85 years old. And kind of like I stated earlier, they're starting to get used to not being able to do the things that they've done on their own their whole lives. Maybe putting, like, fixing a hole in their drywall or changing a light bulb or doing things that they've kind of always been able to do, and now they realize that they might need a little more help doing those things. And so we kind of want the next stage messaging to that core segment to be that it's okay to need help. We're eager to help you. We're happy to help you. And we know that it's going to be a little difficult, but we're going to be there every step of the way. Kind of like an extension of family or your current caretakers who are going to be in the 45 to 60 age range. Again, this isn't exact, but it's the kind of general age range. And these are usually children or close family members of the caretaker, of the elderly. And they want to do everything that they can do. You want to be able to bring your parents food. You want to be able to help them clean their house. You want to be able to pick them up and help them with their medical prescriptions. But we all have, people have kids of their own, people have jobs of their own, people have things that get in the way of their ability to do that. And so the whole in-home heroes concept is that we're going to be an extension of their caretakers. We're going to give them care, but it's going to feel like they're receiving care from their own children or their own family. And that's the really important messaging that we want to bring out.
Okay, so for our primary research, we broke it down into 2 surveys. We did a survey, like Graham mentioned, for the seniors, and then we did another survey for their caretakers. And what we were really looking for is what seniors themselves value in this type of service, and then also what do the people who are helping them make these decisions value the most. And when we asked about timeliness, dependability, affordability, and trustworthiness, more than 75% of our caretakers ranked trustworthiness as their #1 priority over affordability and all of those other qualities. So we really wanted to capitalize on trustworthiness and building the relationship with the person that you're letting into your home. You want to know that your parents are going to be okay, and you want them to feel comfortable coming in, doing tasks, and being in their home. And then for our secondary research, we use the Next Stage website as well as Lenny as our resource, and what we found from that was the number of employees currently, the number of current customers, and we examined the website and the logo design, and from that we just learned that Next Stage currently isn't reaching that big of an audience. So what we want to do is just expand and make the brand more recognizable, as well as revamp the logo and revamp the website a little bit and give it a little more user-friendly vibe, and appeal more to those caretakers. For example, Facebook or Twitter, and just use all media platforms because we're trying to appeal to 2 different age groups. So that's basically what I said here. We realized that it's not catering to a large number. Increased marketing would make Next Stage more profitable, as well as increase their brand awareness.
In-Home Hero is dedicated to treating the elderly community of Lee County like their own friends and family. When we conducted our research, we discovered that trustworthiness was the most valuable asset that we had working for us, and we really want to capitalize on that feeling of trustworthiness, earnestness, and that we actually care. These are not people that are going to come in, make a dime, maybe swindle you over, or not do their best work. They're coming in to take care of you. We're really capitalizing on the 4 main qualities that y'all are already providing: Meals on Wheels, house maintenance, we spend quality time with the seniors when they need it, and also housekeeping. And we just want to get the general feel of nurturing and caring more than working and helping. As far as our personality, we really wanted to set ourselves apart as far as in-home services. So what we wanted to do was kind of get a brand of humor mixed in with care. I don't know about y'all, but the elderly people that I know, they're some of those fun-spirited, happy individuals, carefree, and loving people. So why should all of their ads and their in-home service represent something that is mellow and turned down? That's why we went to rebrand as In-Home Heroes. With our new mascot, our logo, and our new tagline, we decided to brand ourselves as fun, in-home heroes that are coming to help them through their aging process with love, responsibility, and trustworthiness. Our themes are red, blue, and yellow, kind of vibrant, exciting, letting them know that we're here and we're excited to help you. Once again, our main themes are trustworthiness and humor, and we're going to use kind of more of a cartoony, kind of animated theme to get that point across.
For our media plan, our Twitter gives life to our fun mascot, and it's informative, but it also has jokes and it's lighthearted. And then our Facebook, from our research, we found that the caretakers and some elderly are on Facebook as well. So this was a good medium to reach both of them. So we have ads on there. And then we're going to do, the campaign is launching at Relay for Life on May 31st. So these are the flyers that will be passed out there.
Okay, so looking more in depth, we really liked the website, but we thought that it was a little bit hard to navigate. And it was also not as exciting and, like you said, like vibrant and fun and friendly. So we are first going to kind of revamp the website and change the colors, add our new logo. This is our just example of kind of like our homepage, a mock-up. And then we also were going to send out a press release. We're going to have a PSA, public service announcement, and then a direct mail letter. So the direct mail letter we were going to send to a couple different newspapers and magazines and just say, hey, this is what we're doing. We want you to know about it. And as well as the PSA and press release, all three of them kind of like tell the same tale, but in a different media format. And then up to the right, we have like a common magazine or newspaper ad you can find. So it's kind of just, like we said, like fun and lighthearted. It shows the target demographic we're reaching dressed up in our in-home hero outfit, the superhero, and just brief, kind of like eye-catching thing to just, if someone's swiping through, they would look at it and say, oh, hey, maybe I'm going to go see more information now that they have a little tidbit of it.
And the direct mail will also be going to the Lee County citizens' homes, so it'll just be a more personal ad.
As far as our campaign goals go, we really hope to, first and foremost, get our name on the map. We want to reach as many people as possible, because a lot of people I don't think have heard of Next Stage in Lee County. So just getting our name on their tongues is the first step. As far as long range goals go, we want to make not just a name with them, we want to make a memory with them, we want to make a legacy with them. So when they think about in-home heroes, we want them to think trustworthiness, dependability, someone I can go to, and we want to be the first person in the long future that people think of when they think in-home services. And this is our budget breakdown. After conducting the research, we want to make sure that we used our $30,000 budget that we were given to the maximum ability to reach as many people as possible. Number one, we're going to make around 1,500 flyers. We estimate that cost at about $600. We can put these up around Lee County, and we can also hand these out at the Relay for Life event on May 31st. Same with the posters. We were hoping to put fridge magnets along with the direct mail letters. That would estimate around $6,500, and we're hoping that would reach the majority of people in Lee County. The direct mail letters would run the entire 3 months from May 31st until September 1st. We'd also like to invest in card magnets that we would actually put on the vehicles of our workers. That way, when somebody comes and stops, they won't have to worry about who's this person riding up. They're going to see the in-home hero logo, they're going to see the bright shining face, and they're going to know they're here to take care of us. We also want to put big emphasis on digital media. Even though the caretakers themselves might not use a lot of social media and digital media, a lot of times the people that are taking care of them will. So we want to put a lot of emphasis on Facebook ads, as well as revamping our website. We want, when people go to the website, for it to have exciting colors and themes, pop out, and also be user-friendly and easy for people to navigate when looking for in-home heroes. We also want to spend $11,000 on a TV commercial. This TV commercial would run a few times a week during Wheel of Fortune late at night. It's about 6 to 6:30 p.m. When we actually messaged Next Age about hey, when can we talk to some of the people that have used y'all? They all said, you can call anytime you want. Don't call between 6 and 6:30 because they're watching Wheel of Fortune. So we just thought, bam, perfect. We also want to invest in some magazine ads. It will cost about $1,500 to maybe run in local magazines. And that's about it for our budget. Thank y'all all so much.
Thank you.
Real quick question on your, go back one slide.
This one?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay, and your direct mail letters, where are you getting the addresses from?
We're going to mainly use leads from Next Age themselves. And then as far as that, maybe directory, and we're also hoping to maybe like get in touch with like through email and maybe do some direct email if they didn't want to do an actual address email.
Did you get your direct mail pricing?
With the direct mail pricing.
I think that, well, when we broke it down, most of it was, like, our budget, or currently the budget is $15,000, so since we're doubling it, we, I think, kind of broke it down and figured out that, based on how much you guys were spending, that would be like an ad, or like a double that from what it is now. So, that was like most of our, budgets. That's kind of how we went through it. We also, for actual materials, we called different stores, like printing stores, and just said, hey, what are your rates? How many are we looking at? How much would it cost in total? And then I think that the biggest one was the TV commercial, because we really had all the facts and research there, knowing that that would be super beneficial and make it would reach such a large audience. So we really wanted to like hit that hardcore and make sure we reached that.
When it comes to radio ads, we looked up a local gospel news station in the Tupelo area and asked them how much it would cost to run a weekly and ad maybe 4 or 5 times a week, and just like a 30-second ad, and this is about what it came to last for 3 months. And as well as Facebook ads, we went to actual Facebook ads and Google ads to see what the average was to cost for run a 3-month campaign.
Tell us a little bit about the market research and where you did the market research.
The primary research?
This was an actual, like, we went out and talked to age groups that looked like they'd have maybe a parent that would be of the age that would need assisted living of that kind, and then I did some phone calls with some actual elderly people that maybe would be interested in that kind of thing. Not trying to insult any people saying that they needed it or anything, but yeah, so we pretty much got a good idea of what everyone would be expecting from a company like this, just from going straight to the source.
We also emailed a survey to Lenny, and she administered.
And I also spoke with I was telling my dad how we were doing this project, and he had some friends who actually worked with senior living, and there was a company in particular. He had a friend who was rebranding his in-home assistants, and so I got on the phone with him, and he had a lot of really good information to say, and he basically just said, or what I got from the conversation was that he felt like he wasn't putting in enough time to get people excited about putting their trust in him, and he even said that trustworthiness was the key factor, but he felt like people weren't believing what he was putting out there because it didn't look like well branded enough, I guess, because why would you buy a product that has a poor logo versus you're standing somewhere and you see one that looks professional and put together. And so he said he put a ton of his budget into just making new posters. He changed his entire website, which he had me look at and go through, and that's kind of where I was like, okay, I think a website is a good place to start, because really if someone asks you about what you're doing, you're going to say, go to this link, this is where you can find out anything. This should be like the head and face of our brand. So I thought that was really interesting, and a good primary research tool is really just talking to people who do the same thing.
I myself conducted, I'm sorry, go ahead.
So I'm still not getting a sense for how many. I guess is
Oh,
what.
I was gonna
We
say.
want to know like the structure of the research and how many were distributed and kind of what your response rate was.
Well, for me, I conducted 10 interviews, and 9 out of the 10 interviews said that trustworthiness was the most important factor. 1 out of the 10 interviews said that price was the most important factor, and I asked them all if they would like help navigating on websites and navigating on how to contact them, and 9 out of the 10 said yes.
So
We
you guys
distribute-
divided up and then, is that right? So
Right.
two
The interviews were
professional
conducted on an
support
individual basis, but we all conducted probably between us, I would say,
I think I did.
30 to 40 interviews. And then the survey was administered amongst Next Stage, Methodist Senior Services, and we all,
And the local community.
and the local
'cause-
communities, yeah. So I would say
Face
that
to face.
we probably had at least 100 respondents to our surveys, I would say.
So the over the phone interviews, those were obviously a lesser number than surveys because one, they take longer time and they're harder to administer, and you have to find someone who kind of knows what you're talking about.
Criteria.
Yeah, so I would say that the over the phone interviews were the most beneficial in my opinion, but it was a lot more difficult to find those people who would take that time and talk to you about it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.